Hey guys, welcome to Not So Random Chat, the nighttime live stream where we talk about whatever we want to. So, settle in and grab your libation. It could be your wine or tea or coffee or whatever you want to drink. And let's just sit back and chill. I'll be with you in a moment. Are you guys ready? Okay, well, so am I. So let's get into it. Here I come. Hola! From the west side. Happy Monday. Hey, cooking with Animal. Happy Monday, or happy Tuesday if it's already Tuesday where you are. I haven't been on for almost a week, y'all. Live, that is. I was supposed to come on Friday, but I didn't make it. Shoot, I barely got my daily thoughts uploaded. I think they ended up, I was having some issues uploading. I've been having some issues, really just with them taking forever to go through uploading, even if they're little short videos, and then the processing and the checking has been taking a little longer. I don't know if maybe they're scrutinizing videos a lot more right now. I don't know what the deal is. But I hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope everybody has been safe in these YouTube streets and stayed on the positivity. Because there's been a lot of negativity going on. A lot of it. Just crazy stuff, in my opinion. In my opinion, when it comes to it being adults. But before I get into the YouTube-ish, let's talk about some of the stuff that's going on out in, I don't know, the real world. Like the fact that in the state of California, Mr. Larry Elders is, trying to figure out what he's going to do. Six figures. Thank you for listening. What he is going to be doing now that he lost in that recall, and as to whether he's going to come out in 22 to run against Gavin Newsom. So now let me just tell y'all something about the state of California, which is what I said before. They not going to put a black man in office. Sorry, not sorry. Okay? Not going to happen. I still remember when the late Tom Bradley, who was a mayor of LA, ran. And he almost won. and he actually, kind of had, some political, I don't know, qualifications. And that was back in the 80s. Okay, we are now in the 21st century, and I promise you, as the liberal as California may appear, not gonna happen. See, this is the thing about California. California is not like the South or the East, okay, or the Northeast. And you know how it's in your face? It's not in your face here. It's undercurrents. It's undercurrents. You know, as far as prejudice. It's not right in your face. But yeah. And the other reason is uh in the case of Mr. Larry Elder, didn't he used to be, I believe he used to be a libertarian. Okay. He's running under, he's now suddenly a Republican. Go figure. Um, and I believe he is a 40, 45 supporter. Yeah, yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. And but he's had a lot of crazy, ideas around voting. If you get my drift, okay. And he has a lot of those Republican conspiracy theories around it. Hey, Miss Mahogany, we just get into it. I'm talking about real world before I get into the YT ish. So I don't think that there's I don't think that there's a chance in hell that if Larry Elder does choose to run against Gavin Newsom in 22, that he's got a shot. Um, I think they need to put somebody else up there. Now, I'm not saying that Gavin Newsom is the greatest governor because he clearly is not. Okay, but he did do a good job, for the most part, outside of his huge faux pas having dinner, and then the huge faux pas of his aunt Nancy Pelosi. Y'all need to understand who he really is, and that his ex-wife, his first wife, is the fiance of one of the Trump brothers. Y'all ain't hearing me though. So, all of this, when 45 was in there, all of this, him against Newsom, I'm trying to tell you, facade, facade. Okay. Um, he's just one of those kind of the middle of the road um, Democrats that has gotten where he is on his good looks. I kid you not. I kid you not. Not because he's really done anything in politics. I'm just trying to tell y'all the truth. So, you know, he's beatable in 22. It's just the Republicans need to be smart in who they choose to put up against him. Because honestly, if they put up a good enough candidate, they might be able to sway some of the independent vote here in the state of California. Just saying. They may be able to do that. I don't know why this thing keeps going out, but it's probably because I'm on my phone and not on my on my iPad. My iPad was dead, you guys. So the show must go on. I think my iPad is coming up, but until it does, let's continue. So another thing has come up that's new in voting, you guys. They have now said that Pfizer is good enough for 5 to 11-year-olds to vote. What y'all think about that? What y'all think about 5 to 11-year-olds voting? What y'all think about that? That's the newest thing. And let me just say that they are currently, whether y'all know it or not, exactly. That's how I feel about it too, Miss Mahogany. But whether you guys know it or not, they're testing out voting with children as young as 9 months old. But you don't hear me though. People are volunteering their children for voting. They are. And look, I'm not saying not to vote. Okay? I'm not. What I'm saying is that I just think that we should at some point get all of the information so that people are educated in their vote. That's what I'm saying. And that people are making an educated decision in whether they allow people under the age of 12 to vote. I'm just saying because nothing is 100% as has been said. And now I'm hearing that they're talking about an additional vote, but only for a specific age group, older Americans. And they're trying to determine the definition of older. They're trying to determine if they're going to do the same as the UK, across the pond, and do 50, or if they're going to just say older Americans 65 and older. I say don't do 50. Personally, you know, leave us alone. We already have to make a decision whether we want to vote in the first place. Okay? But let me just say, more and more employers are forcing people to vote if they want to keep their jobs. More and more employers are doing that. Hey, Tiva Tomboy. Hey, sis. I can't see really anybody, whether, because I am not in the chat. I'm only in StreamYards tonight, not like I normally am. So that's a big decision for those of you who have school-age children, that are in primary school. Are you going to have them to vote? And what are you going to do if you are in a school district that decides that it's going to be mandatory for them to vote? Are you willing to homeschool your children if you firmly believe that they're not old enough to vote? But keep in mind, while you're thinking about that, we do now have some children in those who are no longer with us. Now, from what we understand, these are children who have underlying conditions. So then you have to think about it for your children who have underlying conditions too, don't you? Whether you want those children to vote. I don't know, you guys. Does anybody think that they're going to make this vote like the votes that, you know, 9 month olds have to do now? I hope that more information is put out there for those who have to make the decision about children voting. I do, because they've said some things. Now we're gonna scratch the crazy stuff that Nicki Minaj said. Okay, we're gonna just scratch the crazy stuff that she said. Okay, but there have been some other things that have been said that were valid things that had to do with certain things that were out of the ordinary that happened with people in certain age ranges who voted, and things in their reproductive systems, specifically females, you know, having these longer cycles. So that's the things that you have to think about when you're thinking about younger people voting, because certain parts of their anatomy internally have not matured to a certain point. I'm just saying, just things you need to think about, things y'all need to think about. Now, I thank God that, my son, who you guys, I was did vote, um, because he is one of the adults on the autism spectrum, and they were part of the population who was allowed to vote early, along with, I think, people who were like over 60 and stuff. I'm not in that age group. So I had him to vote with his dad. It's just irritating that it keeps um, turning itself off, y'all. Y'all know I used to do radio, and I don't like to have dead air. So I have the music playing in the background. Okay, so now I'm trying to get it on my iPad. We're gonna see if the iPad's gonna act right. If it does, then I'll be able to come into the chat on my phone. Looks like it's acting right, but we'll see. So let's talk about some of this nonsense going on the platform, shall we? I sound a little. Oh, let me see. Which mic am I on? Let me see. All right, let me turn on the monitor so I can hear what I sound like. I'm back. Do I still sound tinny? Do I sound far away? Or do I sound better? Let me see. Let me turn up the volume. Turning up the volume. What is, oh, there it is. Test, test, test. Okay, I sound better? Okay, cool. I don't know what was going on. Sorry, you guys. So now let's talk about some of this stuff going on the platform while I'm being DJ DC at the same time, getting my music over here together. So we have these people. We have a couple of folk on the that are in the quote unquote black part of YouTube that are non-black. And so now we have people getting in the uproar about them using the N-word. Or what I like to say, regins. What I call regins. Let me see if I can get this going. Trying to get the music going on this other. All right, so now if I got that going. I know y'all hear music from two different places. Let me cut it off on one. There we go. I said, let me cut it off on one. So we'll see how long it lasts on the thing. I'm going to move. I'm going to come into the chat now, y'all. All right, let me turn the volume down on my phone. Hey, everybody. Okay, so now I can see the chat. I can see everybody in the chat. So, now I don't know one of the people, but one of them I do know. Well, I mean, I see him in the chat. So it's not like I know anybody on this platform. But one of the people I believe is Diving. And the other person, I don't remember the name, so I'm not going to even lie about who it is. Because, you know, but apparently they were using the N-word in someone's chat. And I guess on the platform. And now it's a thing. And I guess all weekend long, it's been a thing. Okay? And it's just such hypocrisy to me. And here's why. Because meanwhile, we have people on here calling each other everything but a child of God. Okay? We have black women, you know, because I guess this is what we do, talking about what another woman looks like or saying that they look like an ape or a gorilla or a monkey or whatever, monkey ass, you know, saying all these little derogatory things, being colorists, calling each other female dogs and garden tools and, you know, streetwalkers, you know, that kind of stuff. Yeah. But you worried about these these two non-black people over here using the N-word because you've allowed them to be comfortable in our space. And watch you guys disrespect each other. I said it. You're busy disrespecting each other. Now, see, I'm going to say this because y'all don't hear me say that word. Y'all don't hear me say that word. Now, I'm not going to say that I don't say it. But I don't say it on this freaking platform. And I can't say that I am out there saying it in mixed company. Okay? Not my thing. Not my thing. Okay? Yeah, exactly. Black people have been. that's my point. You get mad, so now, but I guess, this is content. This is for clicks and views, because that's the only reason I can think that y'all are all up on here going all up and down these two people. Now, I'm not excusing what they did. Not at all. Not excusing what they did. Because, hell, if I see him in the chat, I might have some little choice words for my damn self. Okay? But, y'all just doing it for clicks and views. It's not even genuine. It's not even genuine. That's my point. It's just something new for you to talk about because you don't have content. I'm not playing. I'm just telling the truth. And then we got the folk who are around here acting as flying monkeys for other folk on the platform, jumping into all kinds of little old beefs, that were either, in the black part of the black sector or in the beef part of the black sector that they had nothing to actually do with in the first freaking place. But here we are. You're all up in it right now. You're all up in it right now. And I'm sorry, let me just say this again. Stop calling each other all these daggone names. Stop doing it. I mean, does it make you feel good to call another woman a bitch or a hoe? Okay. And then, the age shaming. I love that part. I love that part. When y'all get on here talking about how old other people look. Well, hell, let me just tell you something. I know I look into some of y'all little youngsters on here with all this stuff. Cut it out. Is that part of your stuff too, to make yourself feel important? Y'all want some bull. On some straight bull. Oh, and let me just say this. I said what I said about the autism moms out in these YouTube streets fighting with each other. Now, see, I don't have a child that's in school. My son's an adult. But some of y'all got kids in school right now who are special needs, or you're homeschooling, whatever the case may be. But y'all busy on here beefing and going at each other as autism moms. That's cute. That's cute behavior. What y'all doing? It's like, I have nothing else to do but talk about other folks. I mean, okay, here's the thing. Some of the people have content, but other folk won't let them do their content because they want to pull them into ish. And then you have people who are just paying y'all dirt. Some of y'all just pay these people dirt. Keep doing your content. Pay them dirt. You pay them dirt. And they'll stop. Maybe they'll stop. I don't know. Because maybe that's what the problem is. Because, we've got certain content creators who consider themselves to be bigger content creators, but they always down here in the ish. Always down here in the ish. With us little content creators. If you're so big and bad, why do you keep coming down here starting shit? I said it. Well, what nobody even talking about y'all. Nobody. But you done got into some stuff, so now you got some folk over in the quote unquote beef sector talking ish to Cookie. So now Cookie's gonna be cluster again. And now we have to hear about all y'all's antics again. Don't y'all get tired of this stuff? You know, because if you're such big YouTubers, then you shouldn't care about what's going on over here. Especially when nobody talking about you, when nobody thinking about you, you weren't even discussed. Unless you were doing some stupid stuff. Other than, well, yeah, we did talk about that that divestment movement that you're on right now. We did talk about that and how it doesn't appear to be real. You see, the thing is that there are a lot of people that are over in, you know, certain parts of the platform. They really don't know what the heck was going on in other parts of the platform because videos have been privated or they've been deleted. So stories look certain ways. You know, stories look certain ways. Interesting to me. And I'm just sitting here watching this, and I'm watching people jumping on bandwagon for people who wouldn't give you the dust off their feet if if it was turned the other way. I promise you they wouldn't. So now we get to hear about fake CFAs, people pretending that they're Afro-Latina or Afro-Cubana, like myself. So let me give y'all a little history lesson, okay? I'm just gonna give y'all a little history lesson. And I believe that, yeah, somebody did pick this up before. Shouts out to whoever it was. Might have been the person I'm talking about, but I don't really remember, you know. But anyway, so yeah, there was a certain faction of slaves in America that was shipped off to Cuba. Okay? And they were sold off to the Spanish. Yeah, you know, keep remembering that it was not the majority of the people in the diaspora were not in this country. We are a very small portion of them, okay? But anyway, back to my story, my history lesson, that is. So these people were actually originally here in the United States. I believe they were taken from North Carolina, South Carolina, that area, okay? And they were taken down there. And then they were brought back later. So now, those people, I'm just going to say, unless somewhere in there while they were over in Cuba, you know, mixed with someone there on the island, aren't really Afro-Latino. I'm just saying. They're not really Afro-Cuban. See, the ones who are Afro-Cuban, just for your history lesson here, are the ones who remained on the island. Now, some of them did come off that island in the early 20th century when they started, putting folk out, specifically ones that, were mixed with some of those Irish, bosses that they had on the island. That's why you have Cuban people with Irish in them, like myself. So anyway, yeah, some of them did come over here. But see, those folks came through New Orleans. They came through New Orleans. And they came here, they were already free because slavery ended in Cuba before it did here, I believe. I think it did. Yeah, we were one of the last countries to abolish slavery, as a matter of fact. So anyway, I'm finished with that little history lesson. I'm finished with it. And just for the record, most Afro-Cubans are black. Black. We ain't half Spanish or half Irish. Most of them are just black. Okay? So, not so exotical as this person said that they were. Anyway, anywho, it's really nonsense. It brings such toxic energy to the space. It really, really does. I mean, haven't you moved on? Haven't you and your spiritual husband moved on? And here's my issue. I've told y'all what my issue was with him. Yeah, I don't really get down with folk who go around calling everybody on the platform somebody on the spectrum, and then making fun of being on the spectrum, and then allegedly you worked with people who had special needs, which I highly doubt. That's probably a lie too. Oh, and then allegedly you're a DV. You're into DV. Allegedly. But now I've heard you make the fun of people with autism, and I've heard you call people autistic when they probably weren't. I've heard you do that, so that's not alleged. And somewhere around here, someone has it looped. So yeah. Don't really have much spiritual husband, Diva Tomboyish, exactly. No piece of paper. Not actually married. What, as Cookie calls him, paramour. Child, either you're married or you're not. Stop this spiritual husband-ish. The hell? I'm sorry, y'all. That's just dumb to me. Isn't that what Brandy called her daughter's father back in the day when she was pretending that they were married? That was her spiritual husband. Okay, you know, spiritual husband. Child. And wasn't this person supposedly in quote unquote Islam? Wasn't that some of their fakery that they were talking around here? Because I don't know anywhere in Islam where they use the term spiritual husband. They don't use it. I can't think of any religious faith that has anything like that. You know, this is something y'all made up. And then, dang, y'all should just stay over there where y'all are. Because here's my thing. We all lived this, some of us at least, before. And it got really ugly the last time. And I mean, if you got over 20K on your platform and you are getting all of these people in your chats when you come on live, then what do you need this attention for? And why did you lie about your age, allegedly? Who tries to make themselves that much older than they are? And, motherhood is nothing to be ashamed of. But I guess, allegedly, you were making fun of other people who had been teenage mothers, so you didn't want to let people know. Okay. Oh, and back to the Afro-Cuban thing. Can I ask a question? How do you know that that's where your dad's people are from if you're not quite sure who he is? How do you know? That was my other question. See, I know I know who my mom and dad are. My dad's a doctor. My mom worked in the federal government and was one of the few African Americans who actually had patents, U.S. patents out there with her freaking name on it. Pharmaceutical and cosmetic. Yeah. And my dad used to go to Cuba all the time as a child. And he went there all the way up until 1959 when we had to stop going to Cuba. And, from 1959 all the way up to sometime in the time frame that 44 was in office, we couldn't step foot in Cuba for any reason. I don't know if and then restrictions were lifted, and then I think they came back under Trump. But even during the time when we had that little liberty, you still had to. It wasn't that easy to go over to Cuba. I know because my dad went twice during the time that we could actually go there. Oh, because I forgot. Because he speaks fluent Spanish. If you're going over to Cuba, you better know how to speak fluent Spanish. I, however, speak Spanglish. I do. I speak really good Spanish after some sangria. But my dad speaks like 5-6 languages. Yeah. And he's 82 years old. Man, dang, you know? Ooh. Yeah. He's got another birthday coming up. So do I. Let me light some lavender in here. And let me light some sage up in here. And my dad's the man. Go back and check out. If you guys never looked at this video, it's in. I think it's in my RT Autism Mom Chronicles, but it's the video on the college sit-ins of 1960. If you look at that one, my dad's in it. My dad is in that because my dad was the president of the student body of Morehouse College, because it was college then. It's university now, it was college then. And he was classmates with Julian Bond and, you know, all of those folks that were part of the Atlanta portion of the sit-ins. Give y'all some education. Yeah, my dad was a civil, you know, rights activist in college. Back in I think it was 1960. Yeah, they had all of those sit-ins, and at the HBCUs, he was part of that. My mom too. She went to Xavier. My parents both went to HBCUs. But when you guys get a chance, take a listen to that. You know, I give you information about the Greensboro 4 as well in that, you know, information that you might not know, and some of the information that I gave in regards to the Atlanta portion of it, my daddy told me, you know, because I actually had somebody who was there, and if you look in there, I even pointed out, I believe, doing it, there is a picture within that video that was taken by the British Foreign Press of my dad. They did an interview with him in regards to the Atlanta sit-ins. And so he was, you know, featured in this interview that's probably in some vault over in the UK, that was shown in the UK in regards to this, because the sit-ins here in the United States, they got international attention. It was not just national attention, they got international attention. And FYI, my dad is a member of Alpha Phi Alpha. My dad is an Alpha, like Dr. King, because he went to Morehouse. I mean, he went to Morehouse, you know, like 10 years behind King, because, you know, if Dr. King was still alive, he wouldn't be that much older than my dad, to be honest with you. He was born 10 years before my dad, so he would be in his 90s. He would be 92 right now, actually, because he was born in 1929. So yeah, I put that up there. I'm actually going to be doing the ancestry, those ancestry.com DNA things. I finally decided I'm going to go ahead and do it because we need to do this while my dad's still here, y'all. Because we have a lot of information. Hey, Red Wings. We have a lot of information on my mom's family. You know, because I've got a lot of genealogist cousins. But my dad's side of the family, these people hold on to so many secrets. You know, like, let me give you one example. Like, I did not find out that we were Afro-Cuban until I was in high school. Good thing I studied Spanish. And I didn't know why, you know, and my dad even had tapes of me when I was like a little kid because I used to speak fluent Spanish, like fluent. Crazy. But anyway, yeah, didn't know that until I was in high school. Like I said, my dad's family secretive. And he said, what happened? You know, y'all had enough issue just being black. You need to know you were Afro-Latino. He said, besides, we the black Afro-Latinos, not like those Puerto Ricans, as he said. I'm sorry, y'all. My dad's be messy. My father is messy when it comes to stuff like that. But yeah, I'm going to do that because you have to, in order to get the entire thing, if you do this, you have to have a male and a female, a female. So you need to have someone that has both the X and the Y. So I don't trust my damn brother. I know my dad will just, do what we need to do. I'm trying to wait for them to have like a special, but I might not be able to wait till December because I'm really itching to get it done. So I might do it sooner than that. And maybe, well, no, not maybe. I'll probably bring my stuff on there because I know most of my DNA is going to come from Africa. But I am interested to see how much of my DNA is West African. And the reason is because, so I did my daily thoughts a couple of days ago in regards to sickle cell disease, you guys, because September is Sickle Cell Disease Awareness Month. And, the number one population that have sickle cell disease is actually African Americans who are of West African descent, because sickle cell disease developed as a resistance to malaria, which was and still is, I believe, prevalent on the continent. Hey, Dee. I'm gonna make you a mod. I know you don't want to be a mod, but you're gonna be a mod in my chat. You don't have to do anything. You're just a mod because you're a mod. So I did that thing on sickle cell, and I wonder when I do my DNA, how much of it is going to be West African, because I do not carry the sickle cell trait. It is not in my family at all. At all. On either side of my family. I do have some cousins. I have one cousin, actually, that carries the sickle cell trait. And it came from her mama's family. Not our family. That's why she only has the trait. But her brother doesn't, because only mama had it. So I want to see how much of my DNA is West African, or if any of it is West African. I know a bunch of it's going to be African, period. You know, even though I have, this little button nose, and I want to see also how much Native American is in my family, because I know that there is some on both sides. I just want to see how much. If it's, little teeny drop, or if it's a bunch, So that's going to be interesting. And it will be interesting to also find out about the French part of my family, because my mom's mother's name came from France. Matter of fact, the car company Renault Fluence, part of that name is my grandmother's last name. I got a bunch of cousins here with that name. And when I first went on Facebook, the only people I found that had that name were in France. So we know that we got people in our family in France, or at least people who have the same last name, whether they're related to us or not. We know that that name came from France, but let's be clear, we know that the French owned slaves too. Okay? We know that they did too. But we got all these folk in my family who are Creole. So let's find out how Creole we really are. Yes. On both sides of my family, actually, my mom's family and my dad's family. My dad, or my dad and my dad's mom's family, we're related to the people that, if it's still there. There's a restaurant in New Orleans called Dookie Chase. We're related to the people that own that restaurant. And on my dad's side of the family, most of them are light, bright, damn near white. I got cousins that got blonde hair and blue eyes, and both of their parents are black. Okay? Black on my daddy's side. And then you have, and these are like the kids of my dad's, like the kids of my dad's father's brothers and sisters, because most of my dad's brothers and sisters, most of my grandfather's brothers and sisters were very, very fair skinned. My grandfather was not. He was a deep, deep, dark chocolate. But they all had that good hair. They all had that good hair. My dad still got that good hair. My brother got that good hair. Even though all hair is good, what I'm saying is they get that curly hair. Curly hair that, you can just put some aloe vera gel in it and it just curls up. My hair does that, but my hair is a more wavy than curly. All right, Diva Tomboyish, thank you for coming through, sis. As always. So the thing on sickle cell disease, I hope I get more hits on that one. Um, I need to promote things like that one better, especially because I did it this month. And, I got a couple of hits from some other content creators that have sickle cell disease. Because even though it's not that many people that have it, because we're not that much of the population in this country. All right. See you later. Gigi, thank you for coming through, sis. Even though it's not that many people that have it in this country, more research needs to be a lot more research would be done on this blood disorder if it wasn't something that mainly affected us. Now, don't get me wrong, anybody can get it. Anybody can get it if someone in their ancestry, carries the trait, and then, another person, they get, someone else gets with someone with the trait. Because how this disease works is that disorder, how this disorder really works is that if you have two people who carry the trait, which most of us who are African American should have been tested for when we were children. So if you are African American, you should know whether you carry the trait or not. And if you've ever gotten pregnant, they generally will test you for it, women, to see if you carry the trait. But most of us should know whether we carry the trait or not. Just saying. Hey, Kev, thanks for coming through. Appreciate it, sir. Ain't seen you in a minute. But as I said, one of the reasons why so little has been done as far as sickle cell disease research is because they look at it as a Black disease. Because we are mainly the ones who are affected by it. I think that they now have some type of treatment out there that has just become FDA approved. It's not anything that can cure it, because there is no cure for it, because it's a genetic mutation of the hemoglobins. But this will help people to live longer. Your brother and his wife had a trait? Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow, Red Wings. But one of the good things is that people are living long. Most people are living longer with sickle cell disease. But there are some people who do not make it out of childhood or infancy, sadly, still. Because what happens with the sickle cell disease is that the red blood cells start to sickle, and it cuts off the oxygen levels. And so they have problems breathing. And because the blood cells also sickle, it also makes it hard for them to pass through veins, which causes pain. Those two things. I knew one of my mom's good friends, her husband had it. So I would see him, dealing with it his whole life, his whole adult life. He lived to into his 50s with it, but he was in pain a lot. And y'all know that Tion from TLC has it, and she was able to have a baby. I don't know if she had any complications, but you know, her child is healthy. She's still here. You know, because I guess even with this, just like with other types of disorders, there's people who are at varying degrees with it. You know, people who can go for years without having any pain or crises. And then some people live with it daily. You know, so I put that out there in regards to it, gave out information, and because this is Sickle Cell Disease Awareness Month, you know, if you don't know if you carry the trait, please find out, especially if you are in your childbearing years. And if you're a man, find out, because you can have a kid until you're in your 70s. So just know, you know, I know that I don't carry it, you know, and I made my my ex-husband find out whether he was whether he carried the trait, you know, before we even had a child. Made him find out his blood type too. I don't understand how people walk around not knowing their blood type. I don't understand that. You know. That's what I'm. Yeah, I mean, if you guys ever had watched the TLC story, in the movie they show you, you know, that when she had that pain crisis and they were out on tour, and I think one of her pain crises took her out for months. You know. One of the symptoms of sickle cell disease is delayed puberty. So some people with it, you know, start puberty later, or they may be a smaller frame for more of their time during their teen years because their puberty has been, you know, delayed because of the sickle cell disease. Because you need healthy red blood cells for growth. You need healthy red blood cells for growth. And I've given plasma on several occasions. When I haven't done it in a while. But I've given blood plasma on several occasions, specifically because I do not carry the trait. Because sometimes people with sickle cell disease need transfusions, or they'll need plasma, and they need plasma from someone who does not have the trait. You know, and part of it is in hopes that this new blood plasma will help their blood cells to not, you know, to not sickle. So, you know, I have one of my cousins that I grew up with, because, you know, we all grew up together. You know, us, and then with my cousins on their mom's side, because, you know, my cousins, their mom was also from New Orleans, like our family. You know, they had known each other growing up, so we grew up around all of those kids. And one of her sister's children had sickle cell disease. And he also had an ear issue where he had to get, I think he was partially deaf in one of his ears or both of his ears. I'm not sure. And I don't know if that was related to the sickle cell. I'm not sure. But, he's still here today. He didn't have a lot of crises around the sickle cell disease growing up. A lot of his crises, well, it could have been related to that. But a lot of it just was surrounding the things going on with his hearing, which may have been related to him having the sickle cell disease. I don't know. Yeah, without a blood test. Yeah, I know. They don't I don't know when they stopped doing that. I don't know if I know that when I got married to my back in the 90s, they were still doing it here in California. But but that was to make sure if people were compatible. It was some other stuff that they were doing it for too, because that there are certain blood types that are not compatible to produce a child. But what happens is that normally, the body does the natural selection. It just doesn't. If something is conceived, it becomes a miscarriage. Y'all got me talking about all kinds of stuff up in here. And I have been on here for over an hour. My goodness. I'm going to get ready to get off of here because I still have to upload today's daily thoughts. They're going to be late, so you might not get up before midnight. But it's on people pleasers. But they are coming. Let me come on camera. Let me come on camera. All right, where's my thingy? Hey, everybody. Are you coming, David? You know he is. Y'all know my son is coming. Here he comes. Say hi. You gotta stoop down. Speak into the mic. Say hi.
Say hi.
All right. All right. So yeah, he only speaks when he wants to. I'm still a little peeved about. I heard somebody was making fun of somebody's child on the spectrum who's nonverbal because they have an issue with the mama. That's low life. Let me tell you that. That's low life. Go after mama. Do it out with her. But anyway, you guys, I am gonna get the daily thoughts out tonight before I go to bed. It will probably be after, since it is 11:56 my time now. It'll definitely be after, I guess, 3 o'clock in the morning East Coast time, somewhere between 3 and 4 East Coast time. But somewhere between 1 and 2. 12 and 1. Yeah, my time, because it's done. I just have to, finish and upload it. And if it uploads fast, it'll be up fast. If it does this 20-minute thing that it's been doing sometimes, then yeah, it might take a minute. But it'll be up. I will be back on Wednesday. I'll see you guys tonight and tomorrow with some daily thoughts. I already got the one for tomorrow kind of sort of done too. I'm trying to get these done for y'all. I'm trying to make sure I have that content. Okay? Because that's what you do when you're a content creator. You come in with original content. Or at least you try to. Anyway, you guys, I'm about to get out of here. Let me get my outro together. All right, you guys, I will see y'all on Wednesday. Until then, I offer you peace and blessings from the West Side. Peace. Here's the outro, y'all. I'll see y'all. Bye. Well, guys, that's it for tonight's Not So Random Chat. But I'll see you guys the next time. Until then, peace and blessings from the West Side. I'm out.